Okay, so to wrap this up, in the previous videos, you've seen how you've seen about dealing with major and minor key signatures using what we call the rules and the exceptions. However, everybody likes a good shortcut, and there's nothing wrong with me teaching this to you because there are certain patterns that form mathematically because we only have 12 notes, 12 equidistant pitches that we're dealing with. So if you look at this, what a lot of us call the number line, which is similar to the circle of fifths, which you may have seen in one of my posts online on your Moodle site. What's above this line is going to represent every major key signature. What's below this line on this side represents how many sharps are in the key signature, and what's below the line on this side represents how many flats. And here you have a reminder of what those flats could be, the order of flats, and here you have, of course, the order of sharps. Okay, so this is kind of like your ACT or your SAT test when they say, a pattern has started here, can you finish it? A pattern has started here, can you finish it? So let's look at this pattern, 101, 101. So of course, the next would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. These numbers all representing, if you see a 2, it represents 2 sharps, which would have to be F and C. Again here, 1, 0, 1. Next has to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I'm going to start by giving you just one little hint, and it'll allow us to complete this very quickly. No sharps or flats is the key of C. If everything is sharp, meaning 7 sharps, that's the key of C sharp major. If everything is flat, you've probably guessed by now, that means the key is C sharp minor. Okay, now let's look at this pattern, F, C, G. What pattern is that? If we're thinking in terms of intervals, F, G, A, B, C, that's 5 letter names. C, D, E, F, G, that's 5 letter names. So that means between each of these, we go up 5 letter names with the first letter name, unlike half steps, counting as 1. So it's not C, D, E, F, G, A, it's C, D, E, F, G. All right, so now we can complete this. C flat, up 5 letter names, C, D, E, F, G. Remember I mentioned earlier on the flat side, they all have a flat in the name except F. So C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, C, D, E, F, G takes us to G flat. G, A, B, C, D takes us to D flat. D, E, F, G, A flat. A, B, C, D, E, E flat. E, F, G, A, B, B flat. So how does this help us? Well, if you memorize this and write on a test, I'll show you lots of ways that'll help you, but real quick, if you need to know what's in the key of E flat, and you have this as a reference that you wrote from memory, you see it's got 3 flats. And what are they? B, E, and A. Bam, you got it. Let's keep going. G, going up 5. G, A, B, C, D. D, E, F, G, A. A, B, C, D, E. E, F, G, A, B. B, C, D, E, F. Now we have a little problem. The key of F has 1 flat, and if you happen to measure this a little more carefully, besides just being 5 letter names, it's also 7 half steps. From D to A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So from B, if you go up 7 half steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, doesn't take you to F, but it takes you to F sharp, which makes sense. It's still 5 letter names away, but we're on the sharp side. So that would be the most logical option. Okay, so this is every major key signature. The key of B has 5 sharps. What are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. F, C, G, D, A. The only thing you need to also, of course, remember when you're doing these is, of course, about placement. Okay, practice your homework so you place them correctly. Okay, so now let's identify these. We can go ahead and write these actually a different way. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and use the number line to practice writing these major key signatures, and then put beside it, what would this be as a minor key signature? So I'll do the first couple for you. So E flat major, so you come up to your number line, you say E flat has 3 flats, and those flats are B, E, and A. And if you place them correctly, B would be here, E would be here, and then A would be here. Okay, and then, sorry about this bad looking keyboard. If we figure out what is the relative minor to E flat major, you go to E flat on your keyboard, down 3 half steps, 1, 2, 3, you end up on a C. So this would be E flat major or C minor. Okay, let's look at this next one. A major, these are really poorly placed, whatever guy made this. So A major, so looking here, A major has 3 sharps. What are they? F, C, and G. Correct placement would look like this. Okay, and then if you think of a keyboard or have a keyboard that looks better than this, A major, to figure out the relative minor, you go down 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3, F sharp or G flat. We have sharps here, so that would be F sharp major. Okay, please go ahead and finish these and then check your work. Okay, so let's see how you did. F major has 1 flat, which would be B flat. If you go down 3 half steps on your keyboard, you would land on a D, so that's D minor. C flat, nobody wants to play in that key, but it has 7 flats, so make sure to place them correctly. Those flats zigzag all the way through. B, E, A, D, G, C, F. Okay, then let's go ahead and pull out our little keyboard here. So C flat major, here's C flat, same as B, don't let that throw you. Then you go down 3 half steps, 1, 2, 3. A flat or G sharp, we're dealing with flats, so this would be A flat minor. Next, D major. D has 2 sharps, which are F and C. You see how much quicker this is than any other way? It's even quicker when you identify them. B major has 5 sharps, F, C, G, D, A. Straight A, F, C, G, D, and A. Okay, let's do our minors. D major, if you go down 3 half steps from D, you end up on a B. So that would also be B minor. B major, if you go down 3 half steps, you'd end up on G sharp or A flat. In this case, we have sharps. So in this case, it would be G sharp minor. You may have noticed that the way we have enharmonic notes, we also have enharmonic key signatures. B flat major, B major is the same as C flat major. G sharp minor is the same as A flat minor. It's just this one, none of these are really fun to play. All right, going on. A flat major has 4 flats, B, E, A, D. So we have B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. If you go down 3 half steps on your keyboard, you would land on an F. So that's F minor. D flat major has 5 flats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. and you go down from D flat 3 half steps, you'd end up on a B flat. You wouldn't want to call that an A sharp because we have flats. So that would be a B flat minor. Okay, this little number line is a real lifesaver for this and for scales and for many things. So let's look at let's see if I can get these together. Okay, so putting it all together, identifying these key signatures. Okay, this one has 2 flats, so we go to the flat side. Which major key signature has 2 flats? B flat major. Go down 3 half steps. That would be G minor. Going on. Later on, if you want to copy these and come back to the video to test yourself, that might not be a bad idea. Okay, we have 3 sharps, so you come over to the sharp side, you find the number 3. Which major key has 3 sharps? A. Okay, so the rule still works. Half step up from G sharp is A, flat before last is B. You can use whichever method you prefer. What's the minor key signature? A down 3 half steps, 1, 2, 3, F sharp minor. No way could that be G flat because we have sharps. Here we have 1 flat. The key with 1 flat is F. We go down 3 half steps from F, we end up on D for the relative minor. And then putting it all together, the major goal of this series of videos is, can you write any key signature? Okay, we know we can identify them. Can we write them? So G minor. Well, G minor is nowhere on here. So you'd figure out what's the relative major to G minor. So if you go up 3 half steps on a keyboard, you would see that you would be on A sharp or B flat. Now there's always going to be a hint in these types of situations. In this case, well, you might say, well, there's no sharp or flat here, so how am I going to know which major key signature is relative? Well, have a look at the sharp side. There is no such thing as the key of A sharp minor, A sharp major. So that doesn't exist. So G minor is relative to B flat major. They share the same key signature. So then you come over to B flat. You see it has 2 flats, B flat and E flat. All right, D flat major. We come over here. It has 5 flats, B, E, A, D, and G. B, E, A, D, and G. Okay, B flat minor. So the minors always have that extra step, which is not bad. Remember, when you're going from minor to major, you have to go up 3 half steps. Major to minor, down 3 half steps. So if you remember that example, C major is relative to A minor, major to minor. So B flat major, if you go up 3 half steps, you're going to land on D flat or C sharp. Okay, and earlier when I said there's always a hint, the answer, what helped us out was that there was no such key signature as A sharp. Well, lo and behold, there is a key of D flat and there is a key of C sharp. So which one are you going to use? Well, we're dealing with B flat minor, so we're definitely going to use the one with flats. So B flat minor, up 3 half steps, takes us to D flat major. The key of D flat major, it was right here. So it looks exactly the same as that one. All right, B, E, A, D, and G. Okay, so here we have F sharp minor. So you have to think, what is its relative major? And to do that, you have to go up 3 half steps. Okay, up 3 half steps from F sharp on your piano keyboard, you're going to see it takes you to A. So then the key of A major has 3 sharps, F, C, and G. Okay, and then finally B minor, the key of B minor, B minor, we figure out its relative major, so we go up 3 half steps on your piano keyboard from B, and you get to D major. And then we come here and see the key of D major has got 2 sharps. Therefore, the key of B minor would also have 2 sharps. F sharp and C sharp. Okay. Finally, let me just show you a quick shortcut for writing scales, which is going to help you out. I'm just going to write ascending real quick to save us some time. YouTube doesn't like long videos. So let's say I ask you to write a major scale beginning on that note, beginning on an E. Okay, actually we can write it up and down. Okay, so we want to go up an octave, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E. Okay, now the time saver for you. It's a scale in E major. In scales, however, we generally use accidentals instead of key signatures. So we could see the student knows how to place accidentals throughout a scale, but knowing this can help you come up with the answer right away instead of doing the whole half deal. The key of E major has 4 sharps, F, C, G, and D. So 4 sharps, F, C, G, and D. So you go up to your scale, you find your Fs, you make them sharp, your Cs, your Gs, and your Ds. And you're done, bam. Next to no room for error, as long as this is memorized correctly. Okay, and that will work for all scales. So just look at the tonic. The tonic is in E. Find the tonic on your key signatures number line. See what accidentals would be in that key signature, and then insert them into your scale. And if you were to go through this, you would see that it would end up whole, half, whole, and half. All right, so that concludes this lesson on major and minor scales.